everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday. This is my third day of my journalathon, which I am setting up my 2026 book journal. For today's video, we are going to be making my book tracker at the front of my book journal. So let's get into that. I've already sketched out how I want to make this tracker, so right now I'm just going to try to find which pen works the best here. I'm using this little clip to keep my journal open while I'm doing this, but I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper to see which of these three markers fits more of the color scheme I want to go for here. Then I'm just going to trace my outline here. I don't like when it goes all the way to the edges of my page, so I left some space on both sides. I'm just going to trace all of these lines to make a grid-like format with where I can write the title of the book, the dates I read the book, and the star rating for each book. My pen unfortunately smudged quite a few times on here, so maybe this wasn't quite the right pen to use, but I'm still happy with the color it came out with, so it is what it is. I'm out of frame here, but I'm just kind of adding this washi tape to the bottom, lining it up with the bottom of my page, and then I'm going to rip half of it off so I can put it at the top of my page to create like a border here. I would typically leave it like this, but I'm going to rip it a little bit thinner just because I need some space for the title of it, so I'm cutting that off as well. I'm going to use this paper for my title just to add a little bit more color onto this page. I cut it a little thick, so I'm just going to cut it again to make it the size that I need. I know I want to split this in over the two pages, but I'm just going to write it out first so I know where I can cut it. I'm taping these down, but I don't want the edges to lift up, so I'm making sure I get that tape all the way to the edges of the page. And then I just outlined these next few pages for it, but I want to add a little bit of the design. There's not a lot of space for it, but I just want to make it a little bit more personable on here. putting stickers in the corner, I want to really make sure I got that crease in well so it doesn't lift up. That makes it stick on both sides. And there's the finished product. And that's it for today. We made my little book tracker. They're pretty simple pages. I'm not super happy with how they look, but it will look better filled out, and I kind of need it to be more simple, otherwise it gets distracting from the actual information I need here. So this just makes it easier to remember what I've read and in what order. So when I'm looking through my other book journal with all my reviews, I can go on here and I'll know, okay, it's after this book, but before this book, etc., etc. And I can go find that review. A pretty simple spread for today, but I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more bookish content, and join us tomorrow where I'm going to be making more spreads in my 2026 book journal. Until next time, happy reading.